The Dunedin City Council had its full final meeting of the year yesterday, a meeting interrupted with some good news. International credit agency Standard & Poor's lifted its rating for the city. Dunedin Mayor Dave Cull is here to tell us what all that means and to look back on a year rapidly coming to a close. Good evening, Dave.
Good evening.
Standard & Poor's ratings, what are they?
They're an indication of credit risk for lenders about certain institutions. So the government is rated, banks are rated, councils are rated. City Council now sits a little behind government, ahead of the banks and ahead of Christchurch, incidentally.
So what was our rating?
Our rating was long-term AA and short-term A1+. But a year ago, Standard & Poor's took us on to negative watch, which means there are risks ahead. In fact, they said there's a 1 in 3 chance of a downgrade in the coming 2 years. So they put us onto negative watch. Yesterday, they took us up to stable. So they said, we're actually really reassured that what you said you would do and what you're achieving, you will keep doing. And we've put you back on stable.
Did you sleep more soundly with that news under your pillow?
I was really pleased, actually. Really pleased that it vindicated 2 years of really hard work on the part of council and the part of our staff, cutting costs, finding savings, accelerating debt payment, that kind of thing. So it's a vindication of, and we got a lot of criticism, particularly through the election, that we're a big spending council, we're borrowing a lot of money. This puts all that to bed. That's just simply not true. Standard & Poor's said you had a good financial strategy and you're sticking to it.
Now the year is almost over. What are you most pleased with?
I think I'm most pleased with our council's ability, right back through the previous council and now with this one, to establish a financial strategy and say these are the top or the maximum rate increases. This is the savings we're going to find, and achieving it and doing it.
What would you change if you could?
I'd probably have less debt to accelerate repayment of, I think, because then if you've got less, you can get on. You've got some headroom to get on with other things. But yeah. Probably that's the one.
What can you tell us about where the Better Ways Hotel proposal is at?
I had a meeting with the developers last week, and we're still working through the issues that were thrown up by the resource consent application and it being declined, and we're looking at their options. So it's still positive, but there's a huge complexity around and a huge investment on their part. I mean, they've already spent a considerable amount of money. So we're working through it, but we're working through it in good faith.
What are some of the big issues on the horizon for when you get back to work in 2014?
Well, I think, the big challenge, and this came up during the election and it came up in public surveys, big challenge for Dunedin is growing our economy and developing our city. And it's quite interesting. Lots of cities are in our position, and really it's a competition for young people. That's what economic and city development is all about around the world, is getting the young people to stay here, settle, build businesses, get jobs. That's the challenge.
Indeed, and those census figures didn't look too good. Are there plans in the works already for getting those young people to stay here? Or is it a think tank next year?
No, there are plans. Basically, what you've got to do is say, what is it about our city that we'd have to develop or change to attract those family age group, those young people. That's what it's all about. And as I say, it's a competition with other cities. It's no good saying, oh, well, we'll build a factory and just provide the jobs if no one wants to build a factory. You have to say, what's the big package? What's the housing like? What are the cycleways like? What are the recreation facilities like? What's the lifestyle opportunity? What's the place like to live in? And, of course, what's the business environment like? Is it receptive? Is it welcoming? And that's not just about council, that's about the whole community. So it's about enhancing the package.
We look forward to hearing the ideas next year. Dunedin Mayor Dave Cull, thanks very much for your time. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.